Injustice was a crazy story held in a universe separate from the main DC universe. In this universe, Joker tricked Superman into killing his own wife and unborn child, and it broke him. He wanted the whole world to be good for fear of him, and this led to a divide in the Justice League, a divide so large that a war broke out. In this war, Harley changed, and now that it's over, what's she going to do? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues, and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read them dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Harley Quinn is riding down the streets on a motorcycle thinking to herself, now it's over. Now that Batman is preparing to bring in another Justice League to fight Superman, the war is won. It's time to say goodbye. There's no more laughter, not even a giggle. The whole world has forgotten how to smile, and so has she. She thinks about the whole thing. It's been a weird bunch of years since the world got turned upside down. She tried her best to deal with the grief, even tried to make new friends. But it seems like everyone that she got close to either died or vanished, or turned out to be a big old dummy on the wrong side. She made a lot of friends, but she practically lost them all. If that ain't a sign, she doesn't know what is. Face it, Harley, it's over. You had a long run. It was sometimes fun and sometimes it sucked eggs, but it was interesting. You tried to scrape out every ounce of pudding from that cup of life. She parks, and she walks over to the now abandoned Arkham Asylum, because from now on, Harley Quinn is done. She walks into her old office, where she remembers how everything started, the day that she first met her, Puddin'. She walks to the sink and turns the water on, and begins to wash her hair dye out. She then drops her outfit to the ground and puts on a sensible shirt and pants, and her lab coat. Goodbye, Harley. Welcome back, Dr. Quinzel. She smiles as she grabs her bag and begins to walk out of the asylum. This is right, she thinks. No more fighting, no more stabbing, or insurging. From now on, it's just her and her head-shrinking career. And then she's struck on the back of her head. She wakes up to a Joker face staring her down, asking, "Who are you?" And then she looks around to see a lot of Jokers. "You're all puddins! Am I in heaven?" One holds a shotgun to her face, telling her, "No, but you got 2 seconds to tell us what you're doing here, or we'll gladly send you there." Harley sees them all wearing Joker outfits and gear and asks them, "Who the hell do you think you are?" "We're the Joker clan, and we need to know what you're doing here. Who sent you?" "Nobody sent me. I used to work here, and I would like to know, are you all crazy? Who said that you could go around wearing my Puddin's face and using his name? Do you know what Super Jerk does to people who take his name? Are you trying to get yourselves killed?" The biggest guy slaps her down, asking what she's doing here again. She looks up. "That's the last time that one of you hits me. I'm Dr. Harleen Quinzel, and I used to work here. I also used to be partners with Mr. J, so that makes me an authority on him. The Joker only had one partner, and you ain't her." "Yes, I am. Or was. Then you're not her." Harley gets up, grabbing the crowbar off of one of the thugs and smacks him with it. "Don't yell at me." She drops her lab coat and begins fighting it out with one of the biggest guys in the group. Regardless of the grin painted on his mask, the guy isn't smiling as she beats the hell out of him and leaves him on the ground. The whole clan starts to look at each other, wondering if what she's saying is true. Can she be Harley Quinn? She screams out, frustrated, "Look, I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm Harley Quinn, and I just knocked the snot out of your leader, which makes me leader. So who wants to go next?" But the big guy sits back up. Wait, we believe you. We heard Harley was working with Batman, and that's what inspired us." Harley stops. "Me? I inspired you?" "We're here for Harley's war. Your war." "Okay, well, before I decide to join your little group, I have to go check with someone. Hold that thought, I'll be right back." Harley then smiles as she runs out of the building and all the way back to the Insurgency's base. She explains the whole situation to Batgirl, Batwoman, and Batman tells her that he can't give her his blessing for something like that. To which Harley decides that that is officially a maybe and suits back up, because she has the Joker gang to lead. So this actually begins year 6, which is started already in the series Injustice Ground Zero. Now, we started this series last month, and I'll link it down below, because this is the series that will lead into Injustice 2, explaining how everything links together. So if you like Injustice, it's not over. It's far from over. But there's one more Injustice story, an answer to the question of how did they fix Metropolis, and time for the game. Over at the Hall of Justice, the regime is battling amongst themselves. Individuals such as Hal and Barry aren't happy with what Clark has done to get here. To make matters worse, when Barry tries to defuse the situation, Clark dismisses him, telling him that it's not a democracy. After they all leave, Cyborg lets Ray Palmer and Black Lightning into the hall with a proposal: fix Metropolis. It could be a trophy of the regime's power and grace, something good for the people. Clark brings up the obvious problem though. It's still filled with radiation from the explosion set off by the Joker. Ray tells him that they have an answer for that. They have created a machine that will absorb all of it by turning it into a sustainable energy for a new city. Cyborg confirms that with the prison rebuilt and Wayne Manor under lockdown, then they can divert their resources to getting that fixed up. Using Black Lightning's powers, they supercharge the generator and it works. It drains the area of its radiation, and then the criminals come in and help rebuild, while fighting amongst themselves, but it does work. With the help of LexCorp and the superpowers, it's rebuilt in record time. Clark then holds a press conference afterwards, welcoming Black Lightning into the regime, as he once worked for the Insurgency, and Clark announced that as the High Chancellor of the One Earth government, I promise that we will do whatever we can to keep this world safe. And it was with Metropolis that it was announced that Superman now controlled his One Earth government. That night when Black Lightning was in his room, Bruce came in to ask what he was doing signing up with the regime, and Black Lightning told him, "The civilians are losing in this war, and I am fighting for them, helping them." Bruce turns to leave and Black Lightning tells him, "You're fighting a lost cause." And Bruce turns back, "It's not lost yet." Now this takes place before the finale to Injustice, which once again is located over on the Eligible Monster channel, where we do cover video games in that manner, very similar to this. But don't forget, Injustice isn't over, guys, it's ground zero, and we're trying to pace out the release of these videos a lot better than before. So if all goes according to plan, we're gonna start to see a lot more Injustice popping up on the channel. So subscribe if you haven't to get more Injustice. As a matter of fact, we're bringing you more Ground Zeroes next week. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, because it is really interesting and it goes in a lot of interesting directions. I'm Benny for Comicstorian. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you next time right here.